Hello, my friends, and welcome back to episode 19 here on Lucid SMP. We start off today here in Zone 3 here in the Nether, and we have been doing some work. So let me show you what we have going on so far and what we kind of plan on doing for the rest of this episode today. This room will probably be the last one that we decorate out because it's where we're keeping our Shulkerbox monster, and we're trying to make sure that everything stays nice and spawn proof. It's been a bit of a struggle, and that's why I've been dreading this zone, so let's take a look. So if we come through this way, you see the red nether trees, and you see the what are these called? Twisting vines, I think it is? Whatever, you see these red vines, and you see we've got some decorations around and little patches in the floor, and we use the mangrove root wood here to kind of outline a pathway here, and we've done a lot of really cool stuff. I found out the hard way that these things are spawn proof. The mushrooms are not. The mushrooms are not spawn proof, and they do spawn things. So if you're ever building in the nether, know that, because ghasts and piglins and lots of other things can spawn if you put a mushroom here instead. So be very wary, because yeah, I learned that the hard way as I was building this up. I didn't really have too much trouble, but you know, I did almost die once. But yeah, if we take a look around, everything's decorated up really nice, and then this path kind of leads you in the direction that you're going to want to go. Yeah, I thought this was a good way. It's going to be a little tough in the next zone because I don't really have a blue wood that will do a similar thing. We'll have to figure that out. But yeah, it's, you know, fairly straightforward at this point. We're going to go ahead and hide some stuff around here as well, but we haven't gotten to that point yet. We're just kind of putting in some of the decoration and some of the base for this zone. So yeah, if we come around to this side over here, we do have a quartz mine. You can't really see it from here. It is meant to be a little bit hard to find, but if you come in here and take a look around the side, start looking through here, oh, you see some quartz up in the air. There's a little bit hidden back here, but the intent is that this is not going to be enough. You're going to have to go up here. So you're going to have to find your way up here, and the way to do that is take these vines here, and then you see, oh, it's right there. You could probably get a couple from here, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. So you can jump up here and go ahead and get up here. I think it's a cool little way to show, you know, you got to use these vines to go ahead and climb on them and stuff to go ahead and get up here and get the quartz you're going to need for a quest later on. But you'll have to come back to that because you do have to go all the way to the end to get the golden pickaxes that you'll need to be able to mine that. But yeah, so what we'll do is go ahead and start working on the next area of this. But I'm very happy with the way this turned out because it was kind of difficult getting enough detail in here for me to be happy with it. I feel like there could still be a little bit more, but I don't know what else to do because it does need to be spawn proof, and you know, there's only so much stuff that's actually in a red nether forest, and I can't use the mushrooms, and you know, there's a lot of limitations here. So for what it is, I think it's looking pretty good, and we're going to do the same thing for the blue forest here. We're going to do very similar. We're going to go ahead and do blue forest over on this side and have a lot of the blue trees and build up some blue stuff, maybe use some, you know, blue concrete powder as another variant. We just, you know, we don't have another blue wood type, so it's going to be a little tough getting something that matches. But and then in here, we're going to have a small little task, just like we had for the quartz, but this will be for the nether gold. So we're going to go ahead and start working on this blue area next, and I will see you as soon as we've made some progress here. So I will see you in just a second. All right, my friends, welcome back, and we've done some work over here in Zone 3. First off, let me say that the nether grass, it doesn't stop spawns. It doesn't at all. So I switched over to just the regular netherrack with the roses on it because that'll stop spawns and it kind of stays within the vibe. I do lose kind of that grass feel. I liked it a lot, but you know, unfortunately, you got to make some sacrifices. But if we keep coming over this way and move into the blue nether section, we can see what we've been working on, and it is starting to come together. We've got a lot of the same stuff. I decided to go with the soul sand for the wither roses over on this side because I just thought it matched with the color palette a little bit better. We've got some of these twisting vines around. I did some testing. Those do actually stop spawns. I had them in another room and, you know, had a bunch of them and nothing spawned on the pad, so that was good. We've got carpets on the top of everything like in the other room, and I think I've gotten all the spots except for I obviously missed this one right here. This is kind of the problem with building in the nether is these little spaces. something could spawn there and become very, very aggressive and violent towards a player that has very little gear at this point in the game. So I'm trying to be very, very careful and make sure I hit all of these little spots. See, this one I don't think anything can spawn there, but I've already put a carpet there, as you can see. So if we keep coming around this way, this room's not quite done yet, but this is where they're going to get the nether gold that they're going to need to escape the area. And we did something similar to the other side, is you have to use these twisting vines and the hanging things to go ahead and make your way up to the top to be able to get the gold that you need. Don't worry, this is like 6 or 7 layers deep. There will be plenty here to go for a while. So actually not 6 or 7, but 5 I think is plenty. And there we go. So we can put that back to the way that it was. Oh, I'm just putting more and more and more in here. That's fine. I just have more in my inventory. But yeah, I think that's looking good. We'll go ahead and finish decorating up this blue area and get some of the other decorations, the soul sand and all the stuff around the trees and these other little wart patches and all of that. So we'll make this match the vibe of everything else. And then we're getting pretty close in here. So the next room is the basalt delta, and we've got it completely covered in basalt, and I think it's really starting to look pretty cool. The pink kind of throws off the vibe a little bit, but that will be going away. There's going to be a lot of carpet in this room, and it's going to be kind of a pain in the butt to make, so I'm not looking forward to it, but it will look really cool when it's done. There's just, as you know, like it's going to look like a basalt delta, and there's going to be, you know, spyglass hidden in here somewhere. So that's going to be pretty cool. And then what we have left after that is the final room here. So this will be closed off here, and there will be some sort of a redstone door here. And then in this side, there will be a vendor, and he will say, "Oh no, my contraption is broken. For me to let you escape, I need to have, you know, X amount of gold and X amount of quartz to be able to get my machine working again. Can you help me out?" And then he'll give you 1 gold pickaxe, or actually you have to buy the gold pickaxes from him. He won't give you any because, you know, you should have some money at this point. And then I just haven't decided on how much. So that vendor will sell you some gold pickaxes, and then you can either use that one to go find the quartz and the gold to be able to escape, or if you need money to buy more pickaxes, there's going to be a basalt generator right here, and you can mine the basalt and sell it to him or exchange it to him for a pickaxe. So I think that's going to be a pretty good way to do it. It'll give you 2 little tasks. This is more of a decorative kind of a transitional zone, so there's not a whole lot that's going to happen here. It's basically you're going to make your way through, not really know what you're supposed to do, get over here to the end, maybe you'll find a couple treasures on the way, and then you'll get here and find out, oh, I need to go find the quartz, and I need to go find the thing. So you have to go back through the basalt delta, and that's why I wanted this one at the end, because then you have to kind of parkour over it, and it's kind of difficult, and it slows you down a little bit, and then you have to go get the gold and the quartz from the 2 different areas. That's how you'll get out of this zone. Once you open that, give him all of that, he'll open the door for you, and then you can go through here through the portal to go ahead and get out. So I think that's pretty good. Yeah, this is just a little sneak way to my storage room here. But yeah, and then once you come out, you will go out of here and directly into the Shadow Forest, which we've already completed. So you'll do this zone, go to the Shadow or the Temple of the Forest, and then you can escape this and then move on to zones that we haven't done yet. But Zone 3 is getting there. I'm very excited. So we're going to keep pushing on, keep grinding. Next time you see me, I will probably be done with the Basalt Delta. So I'm going to put my head down, keep working, and I will see you in a little bit. Welcome back, my friends, and if I could make my Minecraft character wipe his brow, I sure would, because this was a grind. I also want to say thank you to Jazz, because she pointed out that I wasn't in quite full screen, and I think I've got that figured out now. So thank you, Jazz. Hopefully these videos turn out a little bit better now. But we have a Basalt Delta. Now there's some upsides and downsides. First of all, right here in the very front, you can see what's going on. There's magma with an orange carpet over the top. Unfortunately, I had to put the orange carpet because things were spawning in here like magma cubes and lots of piglins and ghasts and stuff. So I didn't want to, but I had to cover up everything with carpet. So it doesn't look as good as I want it to, but it still does the trick, and you still get damage when you're on the magma. So hopefully that right there is enough of a sign for people when they come in, they need to avoid the orange carpet. Because in a lot of places, you can't really tell it's a full-on magma cube, but if you go in here, there you go, you get hurt by it. So yeah, but I think it turned out really well, and I've put a couple little fun things in here to play with. This first section is mostly just like, okay, standard basalt delta, you just got to kind of make your way through it. There will be some treasure hidden in here somewhere, but I think it's looking pretty cool. I want to do some stuff hanging from the ceiling, probably not a whole lot though, but just a few things here to break up the flatness. So yeah, you make your way through here, and once you get over here, there's a little lava lake looking section. Of course, not really lava, because I don't want people to lose their stuff. If they die in this game, I want to make sure they can go back to their body and get it. But yeah, you can do the parkour, or if you fall down, there's a way up on either side. It's just much faster to be able to do the parkour. And of course, because I'm recording, I failed that the first time, but it's super easy. It doesn't require a whole lot of effort here. Just simple 1 to 2 block jumps, and you're across. Then you get over to this side, back to more standard kind of basalt delta sort of stuff, and all of that fun stuff. And then over here on the end, you can kind of see on the wall what we have going on here. There will be a barrel up here, and that's probably where we're going to put the spyglass. I want to make it very obvious and make sure that everybody feels like they see it and they want to try and get it. And it's a very easy parkour. Once again, like all these, you don't even have to sprint. You just kind of walk forward and jump. They're all single block jumps. I wanted to make sure it was very easy. You have to jump on these down ones. Then you can get over here and get to that barrel. Then it's up to you if you want to kind of jump down or if you want to fall it back not to take damage. But if you come right here, it shouldn't be too bad. So that's what we've got for this basalt delta. And now that this is done, we can get this last room in place and we can get the final functionality for Zone 3 done. And then we're pretty much ready. We have a couple more things to do before we can, say it's completely halfway done. But once this Zone 3 is done, that's a lot of the big stuff. And then we'll go ahead and push through and hopefully try and complete halfway in our game today. So I'm very excited. We've got a couple farms to build. We've got a couple other things to do. So let's get back to it and keep pushing because we need to make some progress. So I will see you in just a second once we've done some more work. My friends, we have returned and we have some working redstone in this area, and that's basically all we need to do before we can decorate and finish things up here. So let's kind of see what we've got, and there's a ghast somewhere probably below me that I can't find. So here we've got mine here, or mine basalt here. Perfect, right? So we're going to have the vendor who says, I need X amount of basalt, or not X amount of basalt. I will give you X amount of rubles for X amount of basalt. So we need to get that all set up, but it's basically going to be an exchange system. You get, however many rubles per basalt. I just need to figure out the exchange rate. Over here, we have a system here. That same person will say, also, my door is broken. My contraption, my machine, it's broken. And we need to get it fixed. What I need to get it fixed is a stack of gold nuggets and a stack of quartz. So once you have your stack of gold nuggets and stack of quartz, right now we'll call that, let's say, orange wool and gray wool. You're going to go ahead and put it into this chest. And I love the sequence that I made here, like intentionally janky, like the machine is powering back on after a long time. So I'm very happy with the way that this turned out. So basically now, once you've got your 2 stacks, you can open this up and you can leave. There's also going to be things in here that kind of require you to get the spyglass. There's some extra space this way that I'm going to be using for that. So let's go ahead and decorate the rest of this. Let's also go ahead and decorate the rest of the entrance area. And then we can put a button on this area and go ahead and call it a day. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. And I will see you back once we have Zone 3 completely finished. Here we are, friends, in the final room of Zone 3, and everything's looking really nice. I think everything turned out pretty well. We've got a lot more of the, with the roses and stuff, and a few things hanging from the ceiling. I think the door turned out looking really nice. Got some basalt over there, and we've got our guy here who looks sad because he's shy and he doesn't really like talking to people. So let's take a look at what we've got. Hello, I'm a bit shy. I've posted my needs on a sign, though it may be hard to see. Find the spyglass to be able to read them. No zooming allowed without it. And get the materials I need. Thanks, and sorry I'm not great with people. So, once you have the spyglass, which I don't have one on me, but we can take a look, you will see. So sorry for the hassle, but I'm terribly shy. My machine is broken. To fix it, I need 64 gold nuggets and 64 quartz. please put it in the barrel on the wall once you have it. Don't have a pickaxe? Fear not, check the barrel next to me. The first one is on the house. Need more money? Exchange basalt for 3 rubles each. So we'll see over here. Pickaxes, 50 ruble each. And you've got fortune 3 on a gold pickaxe. And basalt, you can get 3 rubles per basalt. Yeah, and then you can come over here, do the basalt generator like we talked about earlier. And then once you go through here, 2 stacks. Do I have 2 stacks of something on me? My inventory is full of junk. I guess I can put rubles in there. I will take 2 stacks of those. Thank you. And 1, 2. And our door opens up all janky like. And turns on, and perfect. Now we can get out of here and go out through the nether. I think this room turned out pretty cool. I went for, very nether themed, all the different rooms in here except for really the basalt, but the blackstone door kind of covers that. And then you go back out here and you go into zone 4. And then that's what we've got done here. So now what we're going to do is I have this book and quill, this checklist of things to do. Let's go ahead and knock off a bunch of these things on our checklist and do a little montage to mix things up and get a whole lot of stuff done because we want to push and do a lot. Let's get some work done. All right, my friends, we are going to go ahead and do something a little bit different. I've got my book and quill here, and I've got a list of things that we need to do. So go ahead and knock this out pretty quickly. What we're going to do is go ahead and do a bit of a montage here. So let's take a look at what we're going to work on. First, zone 1, we need to upgrade all the hose to diamond hose. We need to add a lot of decoration. We need to make sure all the loot's in there. Zone 2, we need to double check the loot. We need to put loot in the bow and arrow minigame. We need to make sure that the swords in the drip leaf minigame are there. Armor stands, add some heads. We need to make a spider farm. There's still a lot of things to do here. So yeah, that's what this one here is. We need to build the spider farm, and we need to route it so that when you enter zone 2, it turns on and it turns off once you leave the spider mines. Zone 3, we need to just kind of fill up the barrels, and that's about it. Zone 4, we need to double check everything's decorated, double check all the hidden loot, and I don't think we've put in the drip leaf parkour loot yet, so we need to do that. We need a zombie spawner in this area, so what we need to do is make a mob farm and sort all of them out. In Dungeon 4, in the Temple of the Forest, we need to make sure all the loot's in there, and here in the MCH, we need the Zone 2, 3, and 4 doors, we need some hidden forest treasure, and we need to make the terracotta thing. The terracotta walls for the desert, and then we also need to make all these TNT blast doors. So I've got my notes, I've got my ambition, I guess. Let's get to work. We're going to start here by doing these diamond hose, just unbreaking on all of these. It's just going to be a little bit easier for the player if they know they don't have to get another one. Let's go ahead and mark that off of our list. We have finished the diamond hose. Moving on, we are in zone 2, double checking all of the loot. Everything has been done here. I've worked on all of that, so we can mark that off as well. We've restocked all the shops, and now we've got some armor stand work done. Everything is looking really nice, and I'm having a lot of fun with the statues book. I haven't really played with it much before, but this is a good time to play, and I think it's turning out really good. Next, we need to just go into Dungeon 1, make it pretty, and we have done that here. We've added a lot more leaves, we've added some particles, some spore blossoms, a little bit more grass, and I do have my light mod on, but that's alright. It does look a lot better though. Now, we're going back over to Zone 2, and we've got ourselves a door. So once you put your key into this door, it will go ahead and change its, state from open to closed, or closed to open, whichever it needs to be. So we've got Zone 2 done, and we've also done the Zone 4 door. So let's take a look at that one. Put the key in here, same sort of thing. You put a key in and it opens, or you put a key in and it closes. So there we go. This will be the exit to Zone 4. Now we're in Zone 2, and we're making sure all of the loot is in Zone 2. We're putting in the loot for the mini games. We've got some armor stand work going on in here, and I think it's looking really nice. All of our loot's all set. Everything should be ready to go in here, and Farmer Cody's having a good time. Here's a loot barrel just so you kind of see what we've got going on. So we'll go ahead and move on now. We've also finished the entrance to Zone 3. Over here, same thing. You put your key in and the door should open. It's a different type of door. I tried to, keep the doors unique just to keep the game a little bit more interesting, but you put that in and you can go ahead and go through to the nether to Zone 3. Next, We've also double checked all of zone 4 for barrels and that sort of thing. We've put in our drip leaf parkour loot, and we have made a zombie spawner. We are currently standing on top of it. So the zombie spawner will turn on when the player exits zone 3 and will turn back off when they exit zone 4. So there should be a good amount of zombies coming in here, but this is our zombie thing, and we need the mob switch to be turned off so that we can go ahead and test to make sure that our sorter underneath here is going to work the way that we think it will. It should. I did my research. It should be good to go. We also need to build the spider spawner. Spider spawner, like we talked about, will come on when you enter zone 2 and turn off when you exit the spider mines. And we have ourselves a spider farm. Look over here, and we've got ourselves a spider farm. This was pretty simple to build, and they just flow across and drop in at a couple points in the dungeon. Now we've got our TNT blast doors. Here is door 1. Let's blow it on up. And we did another door here. It is hidden in the forest. Good luck trying to find this one. We also did a door here out in the MCH. Another nice little door here. It's going to blow up some leaves. It'll be fine though. All right, my friends, we are here in our lovely MCH, which is coming along nicely. We'll take a walk on this as we close this video out today. I appreciate you hanging out with me, and I hope you had a good time. But yeah, so we did a lot of stuff today. We finished Zone 1. Zone 1 dungeon is finished. 2, 3, 4. Everything is done. We are ready for our first test of the game. So the next video I put out after this will be a run of the first half of the game. So if you don't want spoilers, don't watch it. If you do want spoilers, watch it. If you don't think you'll remember any of the spoilers because it's going to be still a couple of months before this thing is done, go ahead and watch it. But yeah, I'm very excited to do the first test. So basically, I'm going to do this game the way it is intended. I'll do some testing on the mob farm before I start that, and then we'll play through this first half of the game and see how everything is. I'll take a notebook with me. We can take notes while we're going, and that's about it. So yeah, I'm excited to do that, and let's go ahead and call it an episode today. Things are looking really nice over here, and I'm very excited for this game. I hope you guys are too. So with that, my friends, I won't stand in the tall grass as we close out. With that, my friends, I think we're going to go ahead and call it an episode for today. So I appreciate you watching. Thanks for coming by. Stay magical, my friends. Have a good one.